Looping statements. Now Python provides two kinds of loops, for loop and while loop, to represent counting loop and conditional loop respectively. Now for loop is for counting loop, while loop is for conditional loop. Let's see the for loop first. The for loop of Python, it is used to process the items of any sequence, whether it is a list or a string, one by one. Let's see the syntax. For variable in sequence colon statements to repeat. Look at the example. For variable, I have given the variable name as I in sequence. For the sequence I have taken a list 10, 15, 20 colon print I. So what will be the output for this? First I will be taking the value as 10. So first the value of I is 10, so it will print 10. Again the loop continues. The next I will be 15. So it will print 15. Next I will be 20. After that there is no elements in the list. So this is the output for this example. Okay. So the for loop is used to process the items of any sequence one by one. Now here we didn't use range. We can use range inside the for loop. So the range, there are three types of range. Range, starting value and ending value you have to give. Otherwise you can give range, start, stop and step value, range, stop. Now starting value will be always included, but the stop value, that is the ending value, will not be included. I'll show you an example, you'll understand. Write a program to print cubes of numbers in the range 10 to 15. We have already done the cubes of numbers in our earlier videos. Now see, using for loop we are going to print. Here we have given the start value as 25. Ending value is, start value of 10, ending value as 25. Now see how we will write the for loop. Look at the syntax. For variable in sequence. So I am giving for variable I in. I am not giving sequence. Instead we are giving the range. In that, the question itself, we have given the starting and ending value 10, but I have taken the ending value as 26 because the stop value, the last value will not be included. I want the value of 25 also. So I have given as 26. Print cube of I is I double asterisk 3. Okay. So how for first the value is 10, then 11, 12. So I value will be taken till 25 and the output cube of these values will get printed. Okay, this is how you have to use range function inside the for loop. The while loop. The while loop is a conditional loop that it will repeat the instructions within itself as long as a condition remains true. Right, let's see the syntax. While logical expression loop body. So the loop body can contain a single statement or multiple statements or an empty statement. Right? We'll see the example. I is equal to 0 while I less than 10, print I is equal to I plus 2. See, for the for loop, the initial value we have given inside the range. But while loop initial value should be given before the while statement, right? And the incrementation should be inside the body of the while statement. You have to be very careful. Whatever variable we are using in the while condition, that value should be initialized before while and incrementation should be given inside the body of the while loop. Now initially value of I is equal to 0. It will check whether 0 is less than 10. If it is less than 10 only, these statements will get executed. So at first it will print 0. Then I will become I plus 2. That is I will become 0 plus 2, 2. Is 2 is less than 10? Yes. Again it will 2. So it will become 4, 6, 8. The last value will be 10. 10 is not less than. So this one will get executed. Now while is known as the entry controlled loop. Why is known as the entry control loop? Because first it will check the condition. If the condition is true only, these statements will get executed. So while loop is known as entry control loop. Right? Next we will see the jump statements. There are two jump statements, break and continue. Okay, so the break and continue are used inside the loops to jump out of the loop iterations. Let's see the break statement first. So a break statement skips the rest of the loop and jumps over the statement following the loop. Look at the example. See, I have given two syntax given, while and for. So while condition statement 1, inside I have given if, and a break is given. So whenever a break is coming, it will come out of that loop. So the whole if, it will come out of the if loop and coming to while. Okay, that is, it skips the rest of the loop itself. This whole thing will not execute it, it will come out of that. That is the function of break statement. Similarly, inside for, the same thing. Break is here. When break is encountered, it will come out of the whole if. The next condition will not go. It will come to the last statement of the for loop, right? Then the continue statement, it will skip the rest of the loop statements and causes the next iteration of the loop to takes place. That is the main difference between break and continue. Break will come out of the entire loop. The next iteration will not takes place. But here, that particular iteration, it will come out and it will continue with the next iteration. See, while test condition statement 1, if condition 1 and I am giving continue means, so this will not get executed, again it will go to the while next iteration will takes place. That is continue statement. So that is the main difference between break and continue. Break will come out of the loop itself. It will not come out of the iteration. It will come out of the loop itself. But continue skips the present iteration and it will go to the next iteration, right? Then we'll see loop else statements. So inside for and while, we can use else statements. So for variable in sequence, execute, else statement. So if the variables are not in this particular sequence, the else part will get executed. Similarly in while statement also. So else statements can be used in for and while. The last one is the nested loop. A loop inside another loop is known as the nested loop. We have studied about nested if. The same thing for. So for is there. Inside for, another for is there. So this indentation means this print statement belongs to this for and this one will belongs to this one, right? So a loop inside another loop is known as the nested loop. Now chapter 1 is completed. I will be sending some worksheets. Students, all of you, complete the worksheet in a note and take a picture of it and send it to me. Thank you.